What up, Daily Gang? Is Daily Kamel here. Now, I fell asleep last night before this ban list came out, but I'm here this morning to cover with you the newest Master Duel ban list. Now, usually these ban lists for Master Duel, they have been coming out once a month, and it seems that Konami has been looking at Master Duel events, and TCG events. We just got done with a couple YCSs. There was Pasadena, and then we had YCS Dortmund, which just happened last weekend, and Fluandrees won that tournament. So let's go into the ban list and see some of the stuff that they changed from these other events. So the first thing is going to be something that I like very much, Magical Meltdown to 3. This is really only used in those Invoke decks, most notably with Invoke Shaddoll. This card before being at 2, now it's at 3. It's just an extra Alistair in your deck, not too much that's really gonna help the overall power of the deck, but just better for a consistency. So I'm definitely gonna be liking this for my Invoke Shaddoll deck. Anti-Spell Fragrance to 2. Now, this is okay. This is kind of strange. I was wondering why they actually limited this. We do have the anti-spell event going on right now, but I would really only say that this is probably a really hard floodgate against certain decks like Sky Strikers, which they are trying to buff. They did give them a buff in the last ban list, so I think, you know, something like this is bringing it to 2. I guess it's just an unwanted floodgate. Let me know if you guys know why this card specifically got limited. Galatea, the Orcus Automaton. Now, this is a card that is super good in the Orcus deck or the Mech Knight Orcus Dangirsu deck, and it only being at 1 before really limited the deck. This is something that you go into repeatedly. This is a major part of your combo, and it just cannot be destroyed by battle, and then it lets you get any Orcus spell and trap card directly from your deck. So a lot of people get the Tower of Babel, or they get the orchestrated the orchestrated counter trap, whatever that one is. So this is very, very good. Going to 2, going to be able to use this effect a lot more often, a lot more comeback potential, since you won't just be able to use this effect once per duel, essentially. Okay, Genix Ally Birdman. I don't know what this dude is doing. You can return one face-up card in control of the hand, special summon this card from your hand, but banish it when it leaves the field. Also gains time to attack if the return monster was win on the field. So I don't know, dude. What is Genix Ally Birdman? Guys, again, you're going to have to tell me. I'm kind of ignorant on Genix Ally Birdman. Maybe I'll look it up really quick. And then, boom, the big one. Barrier Statue of the Storm Winds is going from 3 to Forbidden. Now, I know you guys are like, rip Bozo, rip Kamel, rip the Floodgate users, you know, rest in piss. But guys, you know, this is an important ban because this is happening because Fluandrees don't have much counterplay at the moment in Master Duel. They all have only gotten more buffs, and they still have access to this readily available, pretty much instantly bringing out every single turn Floodgate, which is more powerful than any Floodgates in Eldritch, by the way. Let me just tell you. So them getting rid of this completely is them saying, you know, this is just, we don't want this to be the best deck in Master Duel going forward, or we don't want it to be one of the top 3 because of this Floodgate. Now, the other support that Fluandrees just got, you know, they still... I'm gonna have to check a YCS deck list really quick, so let's take a look at that. So just correcting myself, this is second place from the latest YCS Dortmund, and you can see some of the differences in their decks in comparison to ours. We do have a lot of this stuff, Metaverse, you know, we do have it. Mystic Mine, we don't have it, but everything else pretty much we have access to, and you can see there, they are playing the 1 barrier statue. It is at 3 in the TCG and the OCG. I'm assuming that this ban list, this change is going to be something that comes to the TCG as well, but they're able to implement it first in dueling, so that is why we're going to see here first. And I have to agree, Fluandrees, you know, it takes the entire Floodgate thing to an entirely new level, right? Just shutting down your opponent's play on your turn and their turn is simply too much, right? Barrier Statue just makes it so your opponent, no matter what their strategy, they cannot bring anything else out. So while I am a Floodgate enjoyer, I will say that Barrier Statue was doing a little too much, and Fluandrees is a deck that is able to way easily bring it out. So I am not going to be against the Barrier Statue ban. I just want to see how Fluandrees operate as a deck without it, because you take a look at this TCG deck and they are utilizing the same tools that we are. They're utilizing the barrier statue. We don't have Mystic Mind. They do, you know. Besides this is just going to be a regular Flow Wanderers deck. You can build in Master Duel. There's not going to be a barrier statue, though. So your combo is going to look considerably weaker, right? You're going first board is not going to have that auto Floodgate. You're going second board is not going to be able to, you know, it's not going to be able to clear your opponent's field and then stop them from coming back. You're going to have to play a little bit more to win the duel. Okay, so closing thoughts. What do I think about this ban list? This ban list does do some very good things in bringing up the consistency for invoke decks and giving Orcust decks more utility with Galatea. I think those are the two biggest improvements. Galatea, especially the Orcust deck, has always been one of the best rogue decks in Master Duel, and it has won multiple tournaments. Go and check the daily Discord because it has won a few tournaments back to back even. So I'm very interested in how this deck does in the future. Genocide Birdman, who gives a crap, and Barrier Statue of the Storm Winds Forbidden. I think this is going to be a change that they implement in Master Duel and the TCG, and I think that while, you know, I do like Floodgates, I think this change is healthy for Master Duel overall. We're going to be going into a new period of Yu-Gi-Oh soon for Master Duel, in which we get access to all of these overpowered decks like sprites and Tearlaments and stuff. So I think before we get there, they want to remove Barrier Statue from being able to just dominate the entire meta in that time. And then I think this is something that they're going to readdress once those decks are in the game. So overall, I think that this is a pretty good ban list for bringing up decks, and it only takes care of, like, you know, one real mega problem, which is the Barrier Statue. It seems like the other archetypes that they touched in the previous ban list, they were not bent on hitting them again. I guess they feel like the consistency nerfs or buffs that they received were good, specifically for branded, you know, losing one branded opening. I guess they were okay with that, you know. Again, I said they branded is really, really strong. Losing one branded opening, I don't know. I think they could have done something again in this ban list, but maybe it was not needed, you know. Again, that 3-month time gap is what we are looking for. Until then, I think everything in here should be safe now that, you know, Barrier Statue is gone to 0. But that means Brandon Despia, man, they don't have many counterplay decks anymore. So we'll have to see how the meta turns out. Guys, we're definitely going to be having a Master Duel tournament during the week with this new ban list. And GG Tour is going to be this Saturday. $500 tournament with the new ban list. Get in there. If you don't like Flow Wanderers, this is your best tournament because you will not have to face Barrier Statue a single time. Well, guys, that's going to be it for me. Peace out. I'll see you later. Let me know what you think about the ban list in the comments. Like and subscribe, baby.